She full on laughed in my face when I was finished with her. And man, was I mad and honestly just depressed. Like, I could not be all that upset. Let me tell you of how I got laughed at and berated to her friends in the bedroom. So it all starts with Tinder. And like any man, I am on Tinder for the baddest, most high quality women that want my babies. But I won't give it to them. So I finally find this girl, and we're gonna call her Star. And honestly, I really shouldn't even be calling her that because I was not interested in this girl at all. I can make a few stories off of this one, but I end up meeting up with her and just in a Walmart parking lot, and we don't really do much. Like she's with her friends, and we get in the car and they just drive around, play some loud music, and that was really it. But it was my first time really messing around on Tinder, so I'm like, okay, whatever. And I'm pretty good at conversation, so I get her just in my car. We start driving around, and I start talking to her, and it's going fine. Now, personally, her personality was not for me at all. It was a little bit too strong. She had a little bit too much to say, and I didn't want to hear all that because a lot of it was somewhat negative. And I'm like, dude, I'm just trying to get in your pants. And honestly, she wasn't even that good looking. It was, just an experience. Okay, everybody has to experience Tinder once, unless you're in a good relationship. Then don't worry about it because it's just not necessary to be honest. But I decided to try it out, and honestly, horrible experience. So the first night goes fine, it's whatever. The second night, I bring over some drinks, and we do the exact same thing. It was pretty fucking lame, but it wasn't horrible. I actually got asked out by a gay dude, and while I was with her, and I said no, I'm straight. But I'm rocking my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle pajamas, and I have a black wife beater on. This is the go-to fit. This right here, they look at Michelangelo and they are instantly wet. They are drenched down there. They need to change clothes instantly, but first they need you. So we get the drinks, we drink, and still nothing happens. And I'm like, damn, that's usually the go to method because alcohol equals pussy. But I get in the car and I'm ready to go home. I'm like, damn, that didn't work. And now I'm going to sleep in a parking lot because I did not like to come home late because that would wake up my dad. So I would sleep in a parking lot about half the time. And honestly, it was shit. It sucked. I hated sleeping in the car, but I did it. And she texted me before I start driving and she's like, when are we going to fuck? And I'm like, damn, girl, you should have said this shit like 30 minutes ago when we still had time to hang out. Like, just come up to me and tell me, girl. But like, okay, this is good because at first she really just said she was only here for meeting new people, and I was like, oh, well, I'm here to fuck. But shit, all right, whatever, because it wasn't horrible. It was something to do going out at night because it's kind of fun. When I was 18. So she hits me up with that. So I'm like, bet, let's hang out again. So we hang out again. And she's like, okay, you have to let me drive around your car really fast and I will give you that slurp slurp 3 million. And at first I'm like, bro, really? But I'm like, fuck it, whatever. So I let her do that and we get in the car and we start kissing. And I'm not much for making out like that. Like, let's get straight to the point. Like, we'll do it for maybe 5 minutes and then let's get straight to the point. So we're on minute 10, and I try to get to the point, and she's like, well, hold on there, brother. And I'm like, dude, why? And she's like, I want to really get into it a little bit more. So I'm like, all right, whatever, fuck it. So we go for another 10 minutes. And I'm like, okay, sister, we don't have all day. Are you ready? She's like, yeah, actually, I don't really know you like that, so I usually just don't jump to it like that. I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? She's like, well, I was drunk. I was like, oh, well, whatever. Let me take you back. So I take her back because I'm kind of upsetty spaghetti, right? But I'm like, whatever. And then she hits me up the next night, and she's like, okay, I actually do want to try it. So I'm like, okay, like I've slept in a parking lot 3 times now. I really don't want to do this again. So let's make this happen. So she drives the car again, and honestly, I did not want her to, but fuck it, whatever. You gotta do what you gotta do for the cooch. And we go to this playground that's nobody's out. It's really not even a playground. I don't know what I would call it, but nobody's there. It's like 11 p.m. And we start doing our thing, and she starts getting the slurp million thousand juice going down. And honestly, like that's not for me. I've never really been huge with that. I could go for hours and I'd be just fine. So we get to like minute 30. She's like, man, you're a hoe. And I'm like, no, it's just not really a big thing with me. And she's like, okay. I'm like, let's move on to something different. So I pull out the protector, the love glove, and I'm kind of having trouble getting it to fit, and she she couldn't really do it either. So we're like, fuck it, let's just go for it, baby. But I do not want this woman to have my kids. Like, this woman is not getting these children, dude. So I'm making sure that I am staying far away when the blast starts to do its thing. You know what I mean? When the blast wants to come out the gun. So I do my thing, and this is my first time getting it on sober. But before this, it had always been off of some drink. So I could go 20, 30, 40, 50 minutes to 2 hours, right? I could do that light work. But for the first time doing it sober, I get in there and it's all nice, warm, and cozy. And little me is like, man, I want to live in here. And I'm like, no, brother, no, because this girl is not all that attractive. I'm like, we're not living in here. And I started doing my thing. And like minute 2, I'm like, shit, dude, I am about to blow. And I'm like, shit, I got to do something, right? I got to do something. So I stop for a second. I stay inside the little cozy cottage and I stop for a second and just kiss. And after like 10 seconds, I'm like, okay, I can't stay stopped forever. So I get back to work. And after like a minute, I just can't do it. And I'm like, I got to spray my water gun. And I jump out of there and I spray the water gun. And just laughing in my face. Damn, dude. 3 minutes, maybe 3.5. I don't even know if the song finished yet. I don't know if the song finished. And I just got laughed at. She was like, wow, that was it. And I'm like, dude, it was the best 3 minutes of your life. Like, come back for more. But I was really embarrassed. I was like, dude, this never happened before. That was my first time doing it sober. Like, please give me another chance. And she's like, yeah, let me tell my friends about this real quick. And then you can have another chance. I'm like, fuck. So I end up inviting her over to my place the next day because I need to do better. And that is a different story. Stay tuned for part 2. Peace.